Welcome to Innate Express Podcast. I'm Haig John, chiropractor in Melbourne, Florida. Our mission is to ground you in service and inspire you to serve at your very best. Let's get started. So the story of Vincent van Gogh, it's the first thing you're corrected on when you're in Holland or Amsterdam. When you look for the Van Gogh Museum, they say it's Van Gogh. So Vincent van Gogh, Van Gogh, as people know, and never selling a painting in his career or what have you. He spent all his time creating. He didn't spend his time selling. There's a big difference in that. He was also supported, I believe it's by his brother or his family or father or something, was wealthy or what have you, and paid for his life. He had no motivation to sell anything. Now his paintings are worth billions. He doesn't make a cent out of it. None of his family does. It doesn't go down through generations. It is completely ended with the end of his life. So when we look at how do we create a life of our dreams, we could spend our life trying to paint it, right? See the picture of it. But if we don't get our butts out and work for it, we're going to end up with nothing. No. I have good friends. I grew up with friends that had trust funds and things, and some of them are dead because they killed themselves when they overdid it with drugs and alcohol and everything else because they couldn't handle the money. Some have just still living off the teat of their family. And I have others that have never touched their trust fund at all and have very, very successful businesses, right? One thing is I could imagine the feeling of having a nice large safety net, and you have a feeling of never being able to fail if you have a safety net. Not everybody has a safety net, but we have to get out, change what we have been doing, because if what we've been doing is getting what we already have, and if we want more, we've got to do something different. So a lot of us rest on our laurels. Hey, everything's okay. I'm taking my foot off the pedal, and I'm going to coast down the hill because I have one small moment of success. Same thing we could talk about failure. We've talked about that many times because a small failure, either we take it as, or even large one, as what our identity is and we stay there, or use it for a building block to grow. Success is the same way. And when I left law school and I was selling cars for a year, the salespeople there would say, well, you went, because I was number one salesman, because I had no idea what I was doing, tell you the truth. And I learned by trial by fire, but I went very quickly to top salesman. And at the end of the month, you go from hero to zero. And you go to zero very quickly, and you're treated like zero and less than nothing until you go and you prove yourself again. Sell another bunch of cars for the month. Get out and tell more people about chiropractic. Change your attitude and what you're doing for the day. Step out of our fears of the things that have held us back and kept us in mediocrity. The things that have kept us medium is what the world tells us of how we're supposed to act in a day. I see my 5-year-old daughter, she's already bringing things back from school, and all the programming we've gotten from school, oh, your hair doesn't look right today, your eyes aren't this way, your teeth are sticking out, this is not right, and you should do it this way, or what have you, that 20 kids in the classroom have told us day after day for our entire life, basically. All those little children stick there in our minds. All that tiny little bit of programming of, you can't be yourself, I want you to conform to my ideal of you. Now, what is the self? What is the outside? Telling people about we exist. We have friends that went on a chiropractic mission trip to India, and all got ill and didn't see many people out there. And Pasquale said, how is anybody going to come to you unless they know you exist? They just showed up there and expected everybody to come to them, right? Because they had a medium amount of success in their practices back in the States. And they thought, hey, I'm that cool, I can go out there and just be. Mm-hmm. Well, you know what? We also have to set up the strategy, right? We have to set up everything in our life. When the office and everything else is running, where it seems like it's, hey, everything's running on autopilot and it's real easy, I can drift off into the things and junk that I've been thinking about through the day. I can go and think about all the bills I've got to pay, and I play a little bit more and take my mind off the game. This is a game that we're playing like any sports game in the world, but at the highest level. We are playing in the NBA. We're playing in the NFL. We're working for, to me, every day is working towards the Stanley Cup in hockey. I'm working on everything every day to achieve myself to be the absolute best. Sometimes that comes in silence. Most of the time it comes on focus of what I want, how I'm going to get it, how much work it's going to entail to do it. Every step forward that I am working to create something, everything that I've created today, I started planning on years ago, months ago, days ago, hours ago, right? But it's all about the plan. What is it that I want? How is it that we're going to get there? What is it that I need to achieve? What do I need to do so I can have clarity to work towards that goal? Because if there's 25 things that's got to get done in the day that are just, like the basic things of life, they're going to stick in your head while you're trying to achieve something else, right? I've got to make a few more calls. I've got to spend a little more moments with some people that haven't been doing what we've been telling them to do, right? They haven't been showing up. They've been doing their own care plan instead of the care plan I've told them to do. And then they complain that they haven't gotten what they've expected, right? But you still haven't done what I told you to do. What do you want me to say? And that's with absolutely everything there is. So with children, with ourselves, with life, with clients, setting the stage, getting on a piece of paper, writing down the goals for the day, the steps to those goals for the day. How am I going to achieve each one of those steps? What do I need to clear first so I can be clear to start creating them? Right? I found ants upstairs, big ants in my house. What do I need to do? I need to call the ant guy and have that done because it's all I can think about this morning. And I haven't been able to sit down and write my goals for the day. Each day writing down our goals. What is it? I'm going to make 10 phone calls today. I'm going to create a little more education with the people that we talk to up front. I'm going to tell them and reinforce them their care plan. I'm going to give them a little bit more love and look them in the eye and say, you haven't been showing up the way you need to. You're complaining about the way things are. If you're going to complain about something that you're going to change. But you're going through the same pattern. You're doing things the way you want to do it, not the way I told you to do it. So what's going to happen? You're going to get the results that you've gotten always. So what we're doing in here, every single moment of every day, is creating clarity for ourselves so we're going to be clear in our communication to the people. If our conversations are on anything else besides chiropractic, we are not doing it. Period. If it's about sports, we're not doing our job. If it's about projects that we're doing, we're not doing our job. If we're on Facebook doing something besides our job, because I have to do some posts on there, we're not doing our job. Every moment we're distracted. It is the opposite of attracted, you realize. Attraction is bringing us abundance. Distraction pushes it away. Okay? I have been distracted. I have been at absolute rock bottom in building a practice and building a life for myself. When I feel I am slipping from where I feel that I am in my highest abundance, I take stock. I make changes. I put my nose to the grindstone. I work 10 times harder without sleep, without rest if I have to. Because I have a goal and I have a mission in mind. If I have anything less than that mission, then I am distracted. I'm pushing that mission away from me. On Friday, Was that Friday? Wednesday. We had someone tell me that I didn't care about her in the office. And she was right. You know that? She was the very last person of the day. It was a fun day. But you know what? When she said I didn't care about her, hit me like a ton of bricks. Because I realized she was right. That was a big pill to swallow for me. I've been thinking about it every moment of the day because it's not a distraction, that was an attraction. That was a call to action for me to get off my own bullshit. I have been sitting on my ass. I haven't been working as hard as I should have been. I haven't been getting to things that I need to get done. I have been resting on my laurels because I've had a great deal of success. And you know what? That sucks. Because I have been lazy. I have been distracted. I have not cared at times. When I have a moment where I am not 100% love and caring is an important part of that. I have to care about somebody. Or, you know what? I'm taken away from that love. I'm taken away from service. That is not a happy place to be. So that call to action on Wednesday was tremendous for me. I don't know what's going to happen with her and our relationship. I don't know. But what that moment was a call for me to say, hey, you have been distracted. And when she was talking about the thing going on with her life, in reality, I was thinking of all the stuff that went on in my life and how many things that I have to get done and how things around my house, some things suck and it's going to cost me a lot of money to fix. And I'm going through all the bullshit of regular life just like everybody else. Took me off my game. When someone's playing basketball or playing baseball or softball and they're thinking about, I got to do my hair, maybe I should call my mother, or I got to pull weeds in my front yard. You know what? They're in the minor leagues or high school or nowhere they're ever going to achieve anything in life. When you see someone with an intensity, like Michael Jordan making a free throw with his eyes closed, right? Then that person has put in all the practice, all the participation, every bit of leadership, which means leading himself, to create the abundance he has. It took a lot of work. Today I am playing in the NBA. Today I am playing in the NFL. Today I am playing in the major leagues. This is the day. It's not tomorrow. It's not any other day. Today is the day I am a winner. I have played the sympathy part of poor me and all the victim stuff. And you know what? It's fun to play your own fiddle a little bit. But it's time today as to getting off our ass. For me, off my ass, getting everything done, all the things that need to be achieved, write down all my goals, all my strategies, the goals, and sit down and focus. I have been off focus. No one is alone in this world. This is the day. Did I make this point poignant enough for everybody? Okay? If there's 10 two-letter words from Mary Kay herself. If it is to be, it is up to me. 10 two-letter words, right? If it is to be, it is up to me. And I heard that through Sid Williams, right? We can either just park it and allow the world to happen to us, or we can create the abundance of our life, right? If we have one crowning achievement, and I'll tell you what they told me when I sold all my cars. I was #1 car salesman 3 months into selling cars. I only did it for a year, 12 months, and then I started chiropractic school. And he said, so what? The manager said, I was like, hey, isn't that great? I'm doing well. He's like, so what? What are you going to do tomorrow? So what? So what? So what? What are you going to do tomorrow? It's like, wow, you're right. I could say, hey, I did this one thing in my life and I got some accolades for it, or I can get back to work. Get back to work. Go do it again. Go do it again. Go do it again. Go do it again. It's not a one-day deal. You can take a moment, pat yourself on the back. Hey, this feels good. All right, let's get back up and do it again. Let's get back out there and do it again. And do it again, and do it again, and do it again, and do it again, and do it again. And better each time. Better each time. Learning from each experience. Every no that I get, thank you, God, for the no's. Because I learn from those no's because I have so many more yeses. Because I know I love the people. I have so many more yeses. Because I know what it takes to get a no. But I know what it takes to also, I've learned what it takes to get a yes. Does that make sense? Today is a yes day. Today is a yes day of abundance. I've worked for it. I have had long days and sleepless nights like you wouldn't believe. Vacationing now, it still takes me the entire vacation to settle down and relax until I got to go to work, usually the next day. I've got to learn to take a slightly longer vacation because my entire life has been put into creating the life of my dreams. Let's put it in that sense. The practice of my dreams, the business of my dreams, all those wonderful things. Today is the day. I have drawn a line in the sand. Whatever I've achieved in the past or failures that I've had are yesterday, and they are already gone. The step forward in the sand and creating the new life is only one step ahead of me. But I have to cross the line. I have to take that step. I saw at the grocery store Tyler Perry, his billion-dollar business of TV and all those things came from, I'm sure the man worked extremely hard in his life. And I think I've seen probably many of his movies, but I remember only one is the Jump the Broom. And because in the African traditions of jumping over this broom, they were married. They jumped over the line. You take the big leap. It could be the Grand Canyon or just jump over a broom or the line in your sand. Whatever it is, I'm seeing the edge of this rug. I'm stepping over this rug when I'm done. I'm taking that absolute step forward. Right? That winning attitude is not easy to maintain alone. Right? It's not an easy attitude. Most of the planet has taken the other one. I'm just going to go with what the world gives me. They're not entrepreneurs. And I'm not saying every entrepreneur thinks this way either. Or anybody that works with somebody. The reality of it is stepping forward in myself, everybody is actually an entrepreneur. You've got to go achieve things in the office. We've got to go achieve things at an engineering company. You've got to finish your projects. You've got to be an asset to the team. Everything else. Everybody is ultimately an entrepreneur because you're responsible for your own life. Whether you work for a big company, a little company, whatever it is, or for yourself. If you're the underachiever, everyone is going to see it eventually. You can't hide, right? Everything is an entrepreneurial attitude. Everything is a winning attitude. It takes a lot to achieve. Long days, sleepless nights. Sometimes we get a kick in the pants with someone yelling. Wednesday, the woman was upset about her life. Everything was wrong with what was going on in her life. And she said, "You don't care about me. You don't care," at the end. And I didn't say anything, but you know what? She was right at that moment. Because I was tired. I was worn out. I've had enough. I needed a break. Thank goodness we had Thursday off, because I needed that day off. That was a big one, but that was a kick in the pants for today's talk. Not visualizing, because I visualized a lot in this actually, but getting out, having courage, being bigger than we are, accepting abundance, being in balance with people, sharing love. Sid Williams used to say, he quoted Cale Yarborough, who was a NASCAR driver. He said, I don't fear death. I just put the metal to the pedal. I don't fear death. I'm not driving a NASCAR, car at 190 miles an hour around a turn with a whole bunch of other cars around me, that you can potentially die just taking one single moment of focus off. We're not going to die. We might have some blows to our ego, and we have some others that lift us up. You are not going to die today. You are, by opening your mouth and trying and working towards creating the life of our dreams. Right? Some people are on that edge. We don't have to live that way. We don't have to get punched in the face by Mike Tyson, fighting in the ring for a living. Right? I don't know who would choose that, but many people do. This is easy. To have someone you get punched in the face for some money, I don't know. I wouldn't take it. And very few people get to the chance to, fight the champ. There are thousands underneath that never get that high, never make a cent. So we don't have to worry about that. We're in a service business. We're in a loving business. We're in the abundance business. We care about people. We want to help them grow. Okay? That's what I have this morning. Sometimes we aren't given this juice. We want to just pet our manes and say everything is going to be all right. It's going to be all right if you get your ass to work. Okay? That's in Proverbs. It doesn't say it so eloquently as I do. Right?
That's it. Rewrite it.
That's a rewrite Proverbs. Get your ass to work. So, should that be the title of this talk today? Get your ass to work?
Yeah. Absolutely. I was thinking about it as exactly the title.
Awesome.
It's going to say Haig's, semicolon, get your ass to work.
Haig, semicolon, get your ass to work. I'll take it. You can put that on my tombstone.
I will.
All right? Tell my children that if I'm not able to tell them. Because you know what? That is very important.
Put it in writing that Roberta knows I can.
Okay, I'll put it on the tombstone, put it on the kids' notebooks the rest of No, I'm going to be around to tell them, trust me. All right, anybody have anything else to share?
Ready to get my ass to work.
Let's get our ass to work.
Yep.